What's up guys, Everything Apple Pro here, and with yesterday's video on the iPad Pro, I left things off on a bad note. However, even though it's not everything we expected it to be, the iPad Pro has some bright sides to it. Not everything is just doom and gloom like I made it sound. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you 10 things that are awesome about the new iPad Pro. Now let's start with the biggest selling factor, and that would be the display. The largest resolution ever sold on an Apple iOS device, even matching in size some MacBooks. So I thought it's quite incredible that we do get a choice for a larger display on an iPad. Now with this larger display, it's not just a gimmick. A lot of your experiences are going to be better, especially when you're viewing media or playing games. And this ties in with my next point. The software built in this thing really shines. So slide over, split screen view, picture in picture, everything being used together on this larger display actually is more intuitive. There's more room for it, and I absolutely love it. I mean, it makes sense on a larger display. On something like an iPad mini, you don't get the full enjoyment out of it like you would on an iPad Pro, also making this thing a much better multitasking machine. So basically the larger display is very nice to have. It's a big plus for me, and the multitasking is a lot better than that on an iPad Air 2 or iPad mini. Apple actually updated the software for the iPad Pro. It's not on the level of a desktop OS, of course, but it's definitely better than any other iPad. I also wanted to mention that it's awesome how well balanced this thing is. The battery pack inside provides a nice heftiness evenly in the middle, so you do need two hands to use it, but it's just about the same weight as the original iPad, 1.5 pounds. So although it is a larger device, it is pretty light for the size, which I thought was quite surprising. Of course, the original iPad, man, it's quite a chunky little device, but this thing is very slim. The design is sleek. I absolutely love it. Now, I knew that Apple worked a lot on the speakers on this thing. It comes with 4 speakers, but little did I know just how good that sound would be. I actually tested the decibel output of the speakers. It wasn't as loud as I expected it to be, about 88 decibels, max volume from any of the speakers. They're all the same pretty much. So the speakers, they shine in a different way. They actually throw the sound everywhere from every corner, so it sounds like a surround sound experience coming from one device, and because there are so many speakers, you get a very even, beautiful, deep sound. Apple actually sacrificed a lot of battery life in order to get top-notch quality, and man, do these speakers sound great. Now, the smart connector found on the iPad Pro, no other iPad has it, is quite a crafty creation. So Apple actually designed this thing to reduce frustration. Who wants to be setting up a keyboard with Bluetooth when you can easily just clip it onto the smart connector, which also provides power and easily set up any accessory. This thing is open to third-party accessories as well, so it's not just limited to keyboards, but it's actually really cool the fact that Apple is helping us reduce frustration with just a one-touch application. The iPad Pro is the first Apple product to feature a USB 3 connection. It's also bidirectional, meaning it can supply power and take in power. Why supply? Well, that's to charge the Apple Pencil. It's actually a really big deal, and the best part is 10 gigabits per second transfer rate versus 480 on USB 2.0. Apple finally dropped 16 gigabyte base storage on the iPad Pro. The bad news is scumbag Apple only gives us 22.5 usable gigabytes out of the box. So out of 26.4 capacity, 22.5 is usable on a 32 gigabyte device. That's about a third you can never ever even see. Great job with the formatting, Apple. This thing is seriously fast. I mean, Apple really made this thing capable of anything you could throw at it. Only problem is there's not much to throw at it in the App Store right now, so you're really never going to take advantage of this power unless you're doing 4K video editing with several streams. Maybe then you'll reach or use most of it. But man, this thing really is a gaming beast. This thing will do anything, and I mean anything you can throw at it. It creeps up in the Geekbench score to the low MacBook Intel x86 core scores. And the fact that it has 4 gigabytes of RAM is just a cherry on top. Now, I can't show you this, but if you ever get a chance to go to the Apple Store and try out the accessories, do so. I mean, this thing has the greatest accessories. The Apple Pencil and keyboard case, man, they are something else. So the keyboard case, nothing original, but the Apple Pencil, the amount of technology in that little stick amazed me, especially while drawing. Tilt the pencil while using the brush tool, and man, it's really, really cool just how wider it gets, and I really like the amount of sophistication it has. It really is a powerful drawing tool. And that ties in with my next point, is that this thing is an absolutely incredible tool for anyone who's a college student, who's an aspiring artist, or an artist in general. I mean, you can really get detailed on the drawing with this thing. I love all the technology that goes into the display to make it work with the Apple Pencil. I mean, it really is top notch. If you ever get a chance to try it out in the Apple Store, do so. And a bonus point, this thing is really durable. So if you guys have seen my drop and bend test, I've shown you guys that this thing is really durable. Don't worry about cracking the screen on accident from your average fall or bending this thing on accident. It just won't happen. So guys, as a concluding point, this is the one thing I want to tell you about the iPad Pro. To me, all of the problems the iPad Pro has right now are software related. This thing is an absolutely gorgeous platform. It has a ton of potential, but Apple's just not utilizing it fully. The good news is they have it already. It's already created. This beautiful 12.9-inch iPad with that massive, beautiful display, beautiful hardware, powerful hardware. The software is just not there yet. It's still using the iPad Air 2 software for the most part, some slight modifications, but like Apple has shown us, with time, they will update the software to make it more oriented for the Pro Series iPad. Trust me on this one, it will get better. Apple will utilize the space better. They'll update applications. Possibly we can get a calculator app, hopefully. But the only problem the iPad Pro has is with software. I promise Apple will get on that. Who knows how long it'll take, but it will happen. Be sure to check out the negatives video as well. Have a great day and enjoy this awesome Apple product if you decide to buy it. Peace.